class.
Hi.
Mo Ephraim is my name. I'll be taking you in biology. And today's lesson we are going to look at homeostasis. Homeostasis. That's what we are going to look at. And the objective of this lesson is that we need to describe homeostasis. After that, we need to look at important organs which are involved in homeostasis. Then we need to describe the function of the skin in relation to homeostasis, that is in the temperature regulation. Okay, now looking at today's lesson, which is homeostasis. Do we have one who can try to define homeostasis? Yes, Temueka.
Homeostasis is the maintenance of a constant optimal internal environment in the body.
Correct. It's just defined as or in the other way, we just say the maintenance of constant internal environment. Homeostasis is the maintenance of constant internal environment. Okay, that is what is defined as homeostasis. It involves the regulation of the body temperature. It involves the regulation of body temperature. Okay? It involves the regulation of body temperature, which is known as thermoregulation. Thermoregulation. Thermo, when you talk about thermo, has to do with what? What is the meaning of thermo? Yes, Angelina?
It has to do with heat.
Correct. So it has to do with the rate of energy which is generated in the body. Okay? The regulation of water in the body fluids. Okay? Regulation of water in the body fluid, which is known as osmoregulation. So this regulation of water in the body fluid is also referred to as osmoregulation. Okay? It also involves the regulation of blood sugar. Okay? In the body, we have sugar, which is going to be produced as a result of digestion of carbohydrates. So that amount of sugar in the blood or in the body, it needs to be regulated. So regulation of blood sugar in the body. Okay? So it has to regulate that one. And also the removal of toxic metabolic waste. The removal of toxic metabolic waste. What do we call the process of removal of toxic metabolic waste? Yes, Eileen?
Excretion.
Excretion, correct. So I can say, and the removal of toxic excretion. Okay, so that's what is involved. That's what is involved under homeostasis. We have said one involves the regulation of the body temperature, which is thermoregulation. The other one, the regulation of water in the body fluid, which is known as osmoregulation. Then the other one, the regulation of blood sugar in the body, and the removal of toxic metabolic waste, which is known as excretion. Okay. Now, from there, we look at thermoregulation. That's what we're going to look at first. Thermoregulation. From what we have defined, when we talk about thermoregulation, the regulation of body temperature. The body temperature which we are looking at the body temperature of the human being. If I may ask, what is the normal temperature of the human being? Thank you.
87 degrees Celsius.
Okay? That is the normal body temperature of the human being. Now, if this body temperature of the human being is reduced below 37 degrees Celsius, what will happen? What will happen if the body temperature of the human body is reduced below 37 degrees Celsius? The enzyme catalyzed reaction will be slowed, or it will be the enzymes are going to be inactive. When we look at 37 degrees Celsius, it is the optimal temperature of the enzyme activity, and it must be kept constant. Always need to be maintained. It must be kept constant. That is 37 degrees Celsius. Okay? So we can say osmoregulation. This is the maintenance of constant body temperature. That's what is referred to osmoregulation. Okay? The temperature of the human body, the temperature of the human body is kept at 37 degrees Celsius. Okay? 37 degrees Celsius. This is what is known as the optimal temperature. Okay? It's supposed to be kept at 37 degrees Celsius because this is the optimal temperature for the enzyme activities. Okay?
Yes.
So if the temperature is below 37 degrees Celsius, the enzymes are going to be inactive. So if the temperature of the body is below 37 degrees Celsius, the enzymes will be inactive. Okay? Now, if the temperature, what will happen if the temperature goes beyond 37 degrees Celsius? Yes, I did.
The enzymes get denatured.
The enzyme will be denatured. Okay? So if the temperature is too high, the enzyme, they are going to be denatured. If the temperature goes beyond 27 degrees Celsius, the enzymes will be denatured. Okay, when we talk about denatured, what's the meaning of denatured? Yes, results.
It means that the shape of the enzyme is altered and the substrate can never fit into it.
Correct. Okay, so if the enzymes are denatured, it means they cannot do their activity. Okay? Therefore, the body temperature of the human being need to be maintained. That is 37 degrees Celsius. Now, how does the body maintain its temperature? For example, if the temperature of the body goes below 37 degrees Celsius, that means the enzymes, they are going to be inactive. So what is going to happen? How is the body going to generate energy so that it can raise the temperature? We are going to find that the body, they are going to generate, so inside the body, they are going to have metabolic reactions. Now, these metabolic reactions, which are going to take place in the liver, in the muscles through shivering, it's going to cause, or it's going to generate energy, which is going to raise the temperature of the body. Okay? That's why, when it is very cold, you are going to notice that you start shivering. The muscles will start shaking. That one is going to happen like that so that it can generate energy to raise the temperature to its optimum, that is 7 degrees Celsius. And the other reactions which are going to take place in the river, because in the river that's where we are going to find that there is tissue respiration. That's where we put a lot of mitochondria. You are going to find a lot of mitochondria in the liver cells and in the muscle cells, because that is the site of respiration. Okay? Respiration where energy is going to be produced. So that's what is going to happen. So, body, or the human body, will generate, will normally generate energy, by metabolic reactions. In the liver, muscles, and through shivering in the muscles. Okay, so these are the processes where I'm going to have energy is going to be generated. Okay, then if the temperature goes beyond 37 degrees Celsius, how is the body going to respond? How is it going to lose or to maintain that temperature so that it goes back to 37 degrees? Yes?
The body will release sweat.
Okay, the body is going to release sweat. Okay? Others, what is going to happen? what's going to happen? The temperature of the body has gone above 27 degrees. What's going to happen? To stop metabolic reaction? Not stopping metabolic reaction. Okay? Because if metabolic reaction stops, it means the human being has stopped living. It means the activities of the body have stopped. Okay?
Yes.
So what is going to happen, like I said the other one there, you are going to sweat. You are going to go sweat. Then after sweating, what follows? There will be evaporation of the sweat. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, evaporation of the sweat. So evaporation of the sweat, which is going to make, as it is evaporating, we are going to have the heat energy is also going to be evaporating together with the sweat. So the body of the human being can lose into the surrounding by conduction, digestion, excretion, and even ejection. Okay? People need to go, they need to excrete. When they are excreting, they are losing heat energy to the surrounding, thereby maintaining the body temperature. Okay?
Yes.
Now, if you look at the maintenance of this body's temperature, if it goes up, we have got one organ which is very much important in the regulation of body temperature, which is the skin. Okay? So we look at the skin. So the regulation, before even we look at the skin, the structure of the skin, the regulation of the body temperature is carried mostly under the skin, with the control of one of the components which is found in the forebrain, in the brain, which is known as the hypothalamus. So we have the signals, we have the sensors which are going to detect that the body temperature has gone up, and is going to send the information to the part which is known as the hypothalamus, which is going now to give the instruction to the part of the skin so that it starts now controlling the temperature. This is a cross section of the mammalian skin. We have got so many types of skin, but we are looking at the mammalian skin. The skin of a mammal. It may look very thick, the way it is, but when you look at the skin under the microscope and look at the internal structure, this is what you are going to see. Okay?
Yes.
We have the layer there, which is the upper one there, which is known as epidermis. Okay?
Yes.
Now, this layer, it helps to protect other things to enter the body, the germs to enter the body. And here we have the air structure. If you look at the body of the mammal, we are going to find it, that here there. Okay? Then we have the sebaceous glands. Okay? From the sebaceous glands, we also have got the sweat pore. What do you think is the function of the sweat pore? It allows the sweat to move out of the body. So from there, when you look at critically at the sweat pore is connected to the sweat gland. Okay? Now this sweat gland, it is connected to have the blood vessels there. Okay?
Yes.
So from there, the heat energy which is going to be transported by the body, when the temperature goes up, the sweat glands going to produce sweat, which is going to move out of the sweat pore, and the sweat is going to evaporate, whereby leaving the skin to cool. Eventually the body is going to cool. Okay? Then from there, we have this one here, this layer, which is known as the confined layer. Then we have the other one, which is the mammalian layer there. From this side within the skin, we have got the nerve endings. We have the nerve endings there. These nerves, they are going to take the signals which are going to be transmitted in form of electrical impulses. They are going to be taken to the brain, and to the brain they go straight to the forebrain. That's why I'm going to find it, the hypothalamus, which is going to be involved in the regulation of the temperature. There. Then we have, when you look at this area we have got the erector muscle. Now this erector muscle is also going to be involved. When it contracts, the area is going to stand. When it contracts, it will come into this position, thereby making the air to stand. When it stands, it's going to trap some air or the gas. As you know, air is a bad conductor of energy. Therefore, it's not going to move. This one here usually happens when it's very cold, when the temperature is low. That's what's going to happen. The pores there, they open when the temperature is high. Okay? Then here, this one here is going to contract, the erector muscle contracts, whereby making the area to stand upright to trap some gas. Okay? Which is going to act as an insulator. Apart from what we have here and the sweat pore there, which other way is the body going to regulate the temperature, especially when it is cold? In terms, I can give you a clue in terms of the blood vessel. In terms of the blood vessel, okay, when the temperature is very low, we are going to have the vessels that are going to go below. They are going to undergo what is known as vasoconstriction, whereby the blood flow is going to be below the skin, because the blood is the one which is transporting its energy. It's not going to be on the surface. Okay? The opposite of that, if the temperature goes up, we are going to have a situation where we are going to have the veins that are going to dilate by what is called vasodilation, whereby they are going to be exposed to expose the blood to the outside environment, thereby losing a lot of its energy. Okay? So basically, this is how the skin, the mammalian skin, is involved in the regulation of temperature or the maintenance of body temperature in the human being. So for today, we are just going to end here. On behalf of my studio crew and myself, Mo Ephraim, I say thank you very much for paying attention to today's lesson.